I want to get to know you. And in her mind, she's thinking, why? For what purpose? So answer the question. This is tough. This is deep. This is spiritual here, bro. Why?
Once in a lifetime opportunity.
No. Like that's true, but really why? Like really why? This is why it's hard to do this.
We don't want to be shallow, but we also don't want to seem too invested.
So I'm noticing the layers of bullshit we have to work through here. Okay. The laughter of truth. So what's the real reason for you?
I only got Thursdays off, so.
Okay. He only has Thursdays off. Awesome. Okay. All right. So what else? He has right, Thursdays.
Wait, is this like why
Okay.
I want to get to know her or why they should?
Both. Why? Just why?
I mean, we're only getting older, right?
We're only getting older. Okay. I'm old. Okay. Night love. Okay. For the moderators on YouTube. All right. Madison keeping the company alive. All right. Good job, Madison. Good job. All right. No CNN for you. So you want to like have nighttime love. Now, does that even sound appealing? She's gonna say, all right, why? Why should I do it with you?
Nighttime love might actually work, but it sounds kind of cool.
No, I'm asking you. I'm the woman, right? Why should I do it with you?
Well, I guess at that point I won't try and qualify because you.
No, it's a real life conversation. We're role playing here. We're role playing. You tell me, hey, I want to have nighttime love. I go, okay, why should I do it with you? The problem with what you're thinking is it's selfish. It's completely all about you. It's like me, what I want to have, what I want to give, da da da. Now she could be into it, but you got to say what's in it for her. You know, like with him, like with the acronym, what's in it for me? Like, what's in it for me? Like everybody's always thinking that, what's in it for me? So let's say I wanted to have a short-term relationship with somebody. I don't just like, hey, I want to, sorry, I'm like doing a bad imitation of your accent, right? Okay, so I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm like night love really hard, right? I would say, listen, I'm a very passionate guy and I enjoy a lot of physical intimacy and I'm open to all kinds of experiences, rough, soft, adventures, inside the bedroom, outside the bedroom in public, and I like to be dominant and I think a woman really appreciates that, all right? You can still transmit the same information. You gotta explain what the thing is you're thinking. Like you say, oh, I'm getting old. She's like, cool story, bro. Like, I'm getting old too, but what does that mean? Well, maybe getting old to you means like, I'm in a state, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 33.
33, I'm 33. I'm 33 and when I was younger, I really enjoyed the fun of my life and now I'm taking life more seriously. I still want to have adventures with somebody, but I want to be able to grow into the future with them. I want to be able to like have a great time, possibly raise a family, build projects together, because that's what getting old means. Like, let them know what it means. Maybe it's like Thursdays. She's like, okay, Thursdays, what's in it for me on Thursday? It's like, okay, well, maybe on Thursday, it's like, Thursdays are my only day off and I really cherish them. So I like to really relax. It's the only day off. I work like a fucking dog the rest of the days. So on Thursday, I want to relax. I want to go to the sauna. I want to have a great time. I want to have great company and great conversations. Maybe you can be there with me and relax on my only day off. Right? Like, explain to them what it means. They don't know.
What are the features?
Yeah, like you could say features of it. Yeah, it's very practical. Also emotions of it, right? Features, emotions, like explain to them. If you're just like, I want this thing, they're like, what's in it for me? Why should I be a part of that? It's like the same thing. I'll put it in a broader context, like because you said features. In business, I would say, come to the free tour. You're like, why? Well, you can network with other like-minded individuals. You can get knowledge. You can take notes. You can do exercises. You can possibly take a more intensive boot camp program or mentoring if you want. There's all these reasons to come to the free tour, right? But you're just like, Thursdays, yeah, root. Like, she's like, nah, You know, she doesn't understand. So when you explain your proposition of value to somebody, it's like, that's the process you got to go through. Now, it's going to be hard. It's typically hard for guys that are the ages of like 20 to 30. Those are the guys that I usually see have the most challenge with it, because they're still kind of like developing themselves and figuring out who they are as a person. And so it's hard for them to be like, this is my stature as a person in life. This is who I'm like becoming, or this is my passion or my mission, right? But guys who are typically 30 years old or older tend to have an idea of like what their mission is in life and where they want to go with their life and what their goals are and their vision and what the ride is they want to invite somebody onto, you know? So for example, you'll see some people today that are walking around that are volunteering. These guys aren't volunteering, they work with the company. But you'll see like one or two guys that are walking around volunteering, right? It's like, well, why are they volunteering? Well, they're down for the mission of the company. They're down for the vision of the company. What's the mission and the vision of the company? Well, the mission is to spread self-development, make a change, make an impact in the world, enlighten ourselves, be better men. Like, they're down for that mission. They're down for that cause. That's what's in it for them. So it's the same thing when it comes to your dating life or your friendship life. You got to know what's in it for the other person and the mission and the vision that you're inviting them on. Because if you don't know, then how are they going to know? If you don't know, they ain't going to know. So you got to like kind of like figure it out for them in advance. It's not about being rude or crash. It's about explaining it so the person understands. If you give them no context about wanting to hook up, they can't say yes or no because they don't understand what it means, right? Like if I come up to you and I'm like, let's say I had a bill in my pocket, okay? We're going to pretend this is Canadian, so it's going to look funny to you. It's like going to look like Monopoly money. But let's say I had here's a 20, right? Imagine this was a $100 bill, okay? And it's had some value to it. And I walk up to you and I gave it to you in the street and I'm a stranger. You might not take it. It's not because you think the $100 doesn't have value, but you don't understand what's attached to it. You might want it, but you don't, like, I'm not taking that money, man. Like, what's this about? What's the catch? Of course I want the money, but like, what's the context of me taking this money? What's the what are we agreeing to here if I take this money? So it's the same thing. You might just want to just like have a short-term relationship, and the person might be down for that, but they need to understand what's happening. They need to understand what's going down. If they don't understand, you can't explain to them, then it's not going to happen. Somebody said here, do you like it's like figuring out your features in advance? Yes. It's a lot like going into a job interview and knowing why you're there. Like every time, because all relationships are interviews, right? Every time you go into a job interview, there's this one question they ask you. What's that question? Why do you want to work here? Okay, and if you just say, I want money, they're going to say, thank you very much, here's the door, and never call you for the job again. Yes, you want money, duh. No shit, that's why you're there. That's why you're there. But why do you want to work specifically here? And what do you say? Depending.
It's to make the coworkers have a healthy space.
Cater to
Yeah.
what they want, right?
Maybe, that's not a good idea though. You can cater to what they want. Talk about the working space,
System and optimize it.
Align with the values they already do.
the values they have.
Values you have and you share.
Exactly. Can you say that again?
Align with the values they have there and the values you already have and what you share with the company as far as the values they have.
Yeah.
You can help improve
Perfect.
the company.
How you want to help improve the company, the values the company has, the values that you both share. And they're like, oh, okay, that's why you want to work here. If you just say, I want to work here because I want a paycheck, nobody wants to hire you. If you just say, hey, I'm just on this date because I got Thursdays available and I'm old and I want to get a root. You know? You gotta be able to explain why. That's your proposition of value. And maybe your values are aligned and then you can kind of like fit together in a positive way. When I get somebody in my life, okay, the people that I get, like they're super down. They're like ride or die. They're gonna travel with me. They're gonna come out to events with me. They're gonna come out to free tours and boot camps with me. They're gonna sleep over, like first day. And that's because they know what they're getting themselves into. It designates a part of your time that's sacred. You're saying you are a sensual person. You're a sensual being. You're saying, I respect your time. Here's what we can do. Like when a woman says no to you, it's not because she's not attracted to you usually. Does that make sense? It's not because there's not any attraction. It's not because you're ugly usually. Sometimes, but not usually. Usually it's like, she's worried about the time framing with her family and her friends and all the things she has to do. And she's like thinking about like, this guy going to want me to commit too fast? Is he going to get needy? What's happening with my ex? She's thinking about all these things. And when you pay the context of all these things that are happening, she could be like, yeah, I'm going to do it. That sounds good. Or no, I'm not going to do it. Right? So I just help her understand what this night love is all about. And she's like, oh, okay. That sounds like a good deal. Like not like a business, like we don't shake on it or anything like that. But we have an agreement and we're like, okay, that sounds good. That sounds fair. Like I'd be down for that. And then I'm usually like, okay, check. And we just leave. We just leave because it's like there's no more, we eliminate the question marks. You understand when you walk up to somebody in the street, you're like, hey, I wanted to meet you. They're like, why? Question mark, question mark, question mark. They're like, we should go on a date. They're like, why? Question mark, question mark, question mark in their mind. I'm just answering the question marks. You know, I'm kind of like painting a picture of like the vision of what we could have together or the mission of where we can go together. Now, some guys will say, I don't know if your question is this, but some guys will say, isn't that bad? You shouldn't like say all these things you want to do. I only do this like when I reach like those crucial points where we can't go any further, those like impasses, you know? Kind of like Lord of the Rings where he's like, you shall not pass. Like when we reach these impasses, that's when I have this like chat with them. I'm not like, hello, nice to meet you. My name's Madison, and this is my vision for us. I don't start off like that. I just have a normal conversation. When we get to the impasse, then I can explain the proposition of value when it's time to like take the situation to the next level.